nataka tufike hapo. Asante sana. Asante.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, today Rigathi Gachagua has seen what the president and his men can do. As of today, the former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua was expecting to address a very large crowd in Nyeri County after attending a church service at the Anglican Church, the ACK Church in Nyeri Town. But things did not turn out the way he thought they should, because he was heckled and chased away in Nyeri Town immediately after he finished his church service by men that many have purported and speculated that they were hired MUNGIKI gang that came to show Gashagua the way and send him home instead of giving him a chance to address the people of Nyeri County. But why now? Why is Rigathi Gachagua being fought even at his own home ground? Let's get down to analyzing this story. As you can see, the clip that we have shared, it's a clip that portrays how things unfolded today in Nyeri Town. We know that Rigathi Gachagua, Nyeri is his home county. And of all the places that Rigathi Gachagua shouldn't be heckled or shouldn't be chased away is Nyeri Town. Who are the men behind this? Now, even if these men who are behind these are said to be in government, why shouldn't Rigathi Gachagua have organized his own people to safeguard him and protect him against the heckling and the drama that unfolded today? President William Ruto of late, the last 2 weeks, has been having one goal. The goal of making sure that Rigathi Gachagua does not get the chance to address the people nor speak to a multitude or a crowd within the Mount Kenya region, because he knows that Rigathi Gachagua, once given that chance, Gachagua will destroy the upcoming tour of President William Ruto in the Mount Kenya region. And to start with, we shall go to what happened on Sunday last week. Rigathi Gachagua attended the ACK Church in Jogoo Road, Nairobi County. His main aim was to destroy President William Ruto's tour in Nairobi County, where President William Ruto had spent the 1 week before Gachagua was attending the ACK Church touring the Nairobi County. But to our surprise, that day when Gachagua and Kalonzo Musyoka were in charge is the day that the Anglican Church, or let me say the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, the ACK Church, Bishop Jackson Ole Sapit, took the mic and the pulpit to address the politicians in the church, where he said that no politician would be allowed to address the people. And that really caught the attention of the whole country at large. And Rigathi Gachagua was not able to address anybody nor speak to anybody. So this forced him the following day to call the Kameme TV and the FM crew to address the nation. Now, after addressing the nation, a counter media press was made the following day by one Didi Nyoro. And the press that Didi Nyoro made took all the glory that Rigathi Gachagua had created on Monday by attacking the government. Now, Gashagua, on the same day that Didi Nyoro addressed the nation, he was expected to visit or to attend a burial service in Kiambaa constituency in Kiambu County. Now, he sent his people first to survey the ground and see how the ground was. After sending his people, he realized that the people realized that a gang had been hired and had been sent into Kiambaa to wait for Gashagua to attend the burial so that they could attack him. Gashagua, knowing what had happened to him last year when he was attacked at a burial in Limuru, did not risk it. So he did not attend the burial service. And for the last 1 week, that since Gashagua was trying so much to get the attention of the people, to get a platform that he will address the people of Mount Kenya region, he never got that chance. So today he attended a church service in Nyeri County, where he believes that this is my home county. I have a lot of supporters here, including the governor, the former Nyeri town member of parliament, Ngunjiri, and the rest of the Nyeri people regard him as their savior. But to his surprise, he attended a church that did not, that had recently again cancelled the politicians from taking the stage and speaking in the church pulpit. So when he exited the church, he was supposed to address the people outside the church premises and more so in Nyeri town. But to his surprise, a lot of people were there. Young men who had been brought or who had come there for the purpose of making sure that Rigathi Gachagua does not address the people. So the young men and women did their work, heckled Rigathi Gachagua, stoned him, and sent him away. But who are these blames being sent to? Currently, the intel that we have, the Nyeri town member of parliament Duncan Mathenge, he is said to be the one that had hired the goons, remembering that President William Ruto held a state house meeting with members of parliament around the Mount Kenya region and gave them the money and the mandate to make sure that they mobilize the crowd before the president visit the Mount Kenya region in the next coming weeks. So Mathenge and Duncan Mathenge and Senator Wamatinga, who is the senator of Nyeri County, are said to have mobilized these youths, and with the help of one former Mungiki leader, Maina Jenga, they were able to send Rigathi Gachagua home or to chase Rigathi Gachagua even before he could hear his speech and speak to the people of Nyeri County. But the question is, how confident was Rigathi Gachagua that he himself did not mobilize the people of Nyeri County or have his governor or the former Nyeri town member of parliament and the people that work with him to also mobilize a crowd that would counter the violence that would be brought by those that were brought to heckle him? Rigathi Gachagua, let me tell you one thing. If there is a man that is unto himself and he thinks that he has it all in the Mount Kenya region, it's him, and that is where it goes wrong. Even in your own constituency, Madira constituency, you cannot go there and speak to those people without you mobilizing a crowd. Rigathi Gachagua is becoming a man that is so full of himself that he thinks politics is about, wanani support, wananipenda, I don't have to use a coin on these people. And let me tell you, even those that support Rigathi Gachagua recently have started losing hope in him. If there is a man that hasn't spent a coin but has been receiving money from his supporters and gifts, it's Rigathi Gachagua. Yet the man has he has a lot of money to use on mobilizing the ground. He took Mother Karua with him. He took a lot of leaders with him in ACK Church today. And these leaders were all there expecting that tukitokelezea tutaongea na watu, tutafanya nini. But let me tell you, one thing with Rigathi Gachagua and one thing that he must realize currently is that President William Ruto wants to make sure that nothing comes between him and his tour in the Mount Kenya region. Because the president knows once Gashagua takes the ground and starts campaigning and starts giving out speeches, his speeches will be about destroying the upcoming tour of the president in the Mount Kenya region. And to deny him that chance, President William Ruto is ready to even allow the rebirth and the resurge of the Mungiki group for as long as it will keep him safe and as long as they will protect him. And they will make sure that Gashagua doesn't get what he wants in the Mount Kenya region. So, in real sense, I am also asking, why didn't Rigathi Gachagua and the governor, Mutahi Kahiga, the governor of Nyeri County, who is a great ally to Rigathi Gachagua, didn't receive intel on what was supposed to happen today and they inform him. It's because people are tired. Even the supporters, let me tell you, there are a lot of activists who have all risen up recently in support of Rigathi Gachagua. But one thing that they have discovered is that Rigathi Gachagua is a man full of himself, does not yeye kama ni mtu atoki kitu atasaidiwa aje na hawa watu. You know, I have seen people yapping that with the truthful man, but behind the curtains they say, jamani mbinafsi sana. He cannot even call us and even hawezi hata tupea kitu ya kuendelea kusupport yeye. That is what the government does. And another question, Mathenge, what was his involvement today in this heckling of Rigathi Gachagua? Because Mathenge was given a job by President William Ruto in his government. No Wanguku. Wanguku was given the job by President William Ruto in the Kenya Kwanza administration. So what role did Wanguku play today in either mobilizing the people of Nyeri County to defend Rigathi Gachagua or to attack Rigathi Gachagua? You know, there is some things that currently we all have to dig deeper so that we can get some deep understanding of the situation. But one thing remains clear. Ruto ataki kusikia Gachagua anaongea mahali popote. And I am sure, even in this mobilization, the member of parliament of Madeira, Eric Wamumbi, his heart was also at play. He was also in play trying to mobilize that Rigathi Gachagua isn't allowed to speak. The same thing that happened in Kiambaa, where MP Kawa Jiko, together with Kimani Ichung'wah, are said to have mobilized the goons there to wait and attack the former deputy president so that he wouldn't speak in that barrier. Now that is how the situation is. Nakwambia mambo yanachemka. And I tell you, Gachagua will try so hard to have the people listen to him or hear him in the next few days before the president makes his official visit in the Mount Kenya region. Nakumbuka rais ataanza pale Nyeri because he will be at the Sagana State Lodge. So yeye naye yupo tayari kufanya kila kitu to make sure that Gachagua doesn't disrupt his upcoming tour. Maoni ni kwako mtazamaji. What do you think happened today in Nyeri County? Subscribe and leave a comment on the comment section.